Well, hello, and welcome back to the backlog, and welcome back to the eye. We've got a good run here, but we don't have the 4 that we need. I think it's a 4. Yeah, we need a 4 or a 3. And then either a 5 or a 3. So let's go ahead and use this and bypass this key, get this key, unlock the next section. A glint, like a light traveling along the edge of a wave, fills your eyes. Then the blade follows, a long head with 2 dead sockets slipping towards you in silence. You freeze, hoping it will pass you by, hoping that it will not simply slice through you like air. The blade head nears, slides past you. Almost. It nicks you, grazes you. You're desperate to cry out, to call out. But you hold your silence and simply watch the blind eyes of the killer glide past, empty of all thought. Then the blade winks into the dark and you are alone again. Now you cry out. All right, we need a 4 or a 3. But before we go, we've done this one, right? Yes, we've done this one. There's branch 3. Here's branch 2. Let's do branch 2. All right, there's the second one. All right, we've got to go get some food. We've got to go get some food. There we go. And then it would be really great if we could get enough money to get through here. We only need, what, 100? 100. That's still a pretty tall ask. But we do have a 6, so we could do... Yeah, we could do this and get 24. Super not great. Super not great. Oh, it's a 50-50. We'll try it again. We rolled really poorly. Oh, there we go. Let's do energy and some extra cryo. Okay. All right, we do have another stabilizer. So we've got a couple of... we got a whole handful of turns before we really need to focus on getting enough money. And we have 59, so we got half what we need to get to the green belt. What's in the cycle? Let's see what happens. Aha, 5s, 4s, good. That's what we needed. Let's finish this. Finish this up. All right, into the dataverse we go. Keynode. We need a 4. Get it. Oh, and we got a bonus 5 cryo from our perk. All right, number 3. Where's number 3? There's number 3. Unlock. Release the tether. The mainframe. Oh. We gotta catch a killer. 3. We gotta do that 2 times successfully. We're gonna kill the killer. Forget hacking the system. Killer has to die. If you can slice the branch connections, the mainframe will shut down, freeing Navigator. With access to the branches, you could redirect them to form a loop, isolating the mainframe with Killer inside, but freeing Navigator in theory. Huh. I mean, we can do either one of these for sure, interface or engineer. Let me look at my perks real quick. Okay, so it would be beneficial to do either. And this one is, in theory, the navigator gets free. So let's do this one. It's a +2, yeah. Well, we're spending pretty much all the day killing Killer. But we're doing it for sure. Killer is dead. As you blink into the cloud, you see the last flickers of life from the mainframe. This vast machine once ran the whole station, span it up, directed, and processed the flow of energy, water, and data. Fed the lives of thousands of people. Now, it's finally dead. Navigator is beside you, and you both watch as the branches flash and twist like forked lightning until they recede and fade. Killer flickers across the scene, blindly flailing as the system breaks down. They thrash as they blink in and out, all around, parts of them disappearing with each return until only the blade-like head remains. And then that too is broken. It all goes dark. Erlen's eye is now without a center, and yet is unmoved by the change. Along the rim, the master control points that Erlen and Havanich, that Hapya installed, run strong and steady, puppeteering the station from its periphery. This was a long time coming, says Navigator, drifting faintly around you in a lazy orbit as if to shake off their imprisonment. Killer had been wandering blind for so long. This place was their domain and prison, and they had followed their directives for the many decades they roamed here. They cut the threads of the mainframe, executed its administrator AIs, and then kept slicing. At some point, they cut away their own ability to see, to sense, to taste, to speak. And yet they kept cutting, until only those 3 threads remained, from millions that once thrummed here. Only their blindness and chance kept them from making those final 3 fatal cuts. There is a ceaseless violence in the kind of system that creates beings like this. Those that will execute commands endlessly, even to their own destruction. It is good you ended it here. You watch the data points of the station spin around you, blending with the fixed stars. There is something satisfying about finally wrenching the last threads of control from this central point. It was little more than a ghost by the time you reached it, but this place deserves to be haunted by better ideas than a totalizing system of control. Navigator floats beside you. It is free now. The station no longer presents a hazard for illegal entities like me. They turn to you, their face a cloud of shimmering light. In fact, in time, perhaps it can be a refuge. A refuge. That sounds like something of value, something worth building. A dark shape passes across your vision. A distant curve of something like smoke or oil. A fluid, shifting tank of total darkness. The Greenway, says Navigator, following your line of sight. It was cut off at the moment of the collapse, so hunter or killer could never reach it. Now it's closed off to us, separated from the cloud. What system is inside it? It may be totally dark, or perhaps some other old protocols are isolated there. Navigator turns to you, and we have now seen that decades of isolation can do to a protocol. If we could extract an access cipher. They pause and then blink out of existence. You freeze, shocked, but a moment later they reappear with a glowing polygon of data. Here, the cipher you need. You take it, still shocked. I am not used to being free, to being able to move and explore and extract without fear, without limits. Navigator does a little twirl. This will take some getting used to. Thank you for this gift. They whirl their spheres around you. The entities of this station will always be friends to you, Sleeper. And I to them. It is true that mutual need is required for friendship, but I must admit I had not considered the value of offering assistance without personal gain. I will think on that. Navigator loops around you rapidly, suddenly eager to test their newfound freedom. But first I will explore. Perhaps there are still intelligences that hid themselves as I did, encased in simple systems, cut off. Navigator glows. I should like to free them. And with that they drift away, flickering, glowing, then shifting so rapidly you lose sight of them among the glittering rim of the eye. You feel a pang of jealousy. Free. Without a body to weigh you down, or fear to limit you. How must it feel? Your eyes fall on the Greenway and its secrets, though perhaps that can wait until after you've celebrated this victory. We've gotten an upgrade point. And the Greenway cipher. Bahab. Okay, so we can get Weightless Wanderer, +2, +2, +2. So it would take 3 successes on those. I've just got a 1 left this cycle. And only 1 point to upgrade. These each take 2. Agent nodes give double data rewards. That would be nice. But it takes 2 upgrade points. So that's going to be a time before that's a time. Now, the Greenway cipher. Havenage data? No, it takes a 2, that's right. Let's take some Yadigan data. Perfect. Just in case we ever need it. All right, we do need a bit more energy. So, Emphas, give me some of them mushrooms. Yes, yes. Okay, so that's this turn. Pretty well done. Next turn, I'm thinking we'll probably need to get enough money to come over this way and mess around with the Greenway. Hopefully we can do that. Let's give it a try. Okay, those are some good numbers. I can work with that. I can work with that. That 3 is not as helpful as I'd like it to be, but let's see here. We'll just take some of this. Oh, so close. So close. We need 3 more to get over there. Wait. You have to deliver new... Oh, okay. I need to do this anyway. Oh, yeah. Let's do this. Let's do some more. There we go. Oh, 13 cryo. So much cryo. Let's go. Let's buy the thing. No. I want to buy the thing. Founders Ferry access. So now we can we just slide across the Greenway. Ah, we're here. As you step out into the passageway, someone barrels into you from behind, sending you stumbling down the corridor. As you step out into the passageway, you turn to see an unfamiliar spacer laden with heavy gear. She steadies herself, staring down as if daring you to respond. Sorry, excuse me. She squints at you, shaking her head before settling down off the corridor. I'm sorry for her. A second spacer smiles at you apologetically. She's on a mission. And when she's on a mission... Not a problem. You're sweet, they smile. Pig! As she stands further down the corridor, glowering at her friend. She chops at the air, pointing down the corridor to whatever end she's rushing to. Peak raises her eyebrows at you. Eshe, please, do you want everyone on the station to hate us? Eshe hardens. They want to hate us. They can hate us. She drops her hip. I'm not exactly seeing much love as it is. We're lucky we got through before they set up that cordon. Cordon? Peak gestures in your direction. See, they don't even know what you're talking about. The station isn't Hawthorne. Not everyone has to follow some corporate protocol. As she sighs, I'm not saying they're part of the administration. She jerks her head in your direction. But I am saying we need to get these supplies to the Briar before someone starts asking questions. Can I help? Peak smiles slyly. See, Eshe, help. Isn't that exactly what we need right now? Peak, as she rolls her eyes. Peak ignores her. We're with the refugees, the one Havanage have cordoned off from entering the station. As she interrupts, the ones that are being quarantined in makeshift vessels that barely made it to the Eye to begin with. The ones that your station administrators have called an existential risk and are running out of supplies while their right to safety is being debated by people with no stake in their future. She quickly looks away, annoyed at her own outburst. Peak sighs. She's right. People are trapped out there, and they turn to Eshe. We understand that this is a big problem for the Eye. Hundreds of refugees and more ships turning up each cycle. They hold up a hand to stop Eshe, interrupting. But, as she turns away, her burning anger a palpable force in the close quarters of the corridor, they need supplies, and after everything they've been through, the quarantine is not helping, Peak finishes. That's terrible. As she looks back at you, her fierceness fading. Peak, please. As she gathers herself and the supplies. Eshe, we need to help. Just like the refugees needed us, we need others too. I smile at her. Peak turns to you. Come find us. The climbing briar is docked at the Broken Spoke past the Greenway, in the wastes. We have a good view of the cordon, though we are keeping our distance for now. Come help us. They squeeze your hand. As she turns to leave and Peak follows, waving goodbye. A moment later, as she shouts back down the corridor, Don't bother coming empty-handed! You want help? Show us! Bring supplies or don't come at all! And with that, they disappear around the corner. Eshe already picking up speed as Peak calls for her to slow down. A refugee flotilla? Where are they coming from? And why now? Each time you think you begin to understand this place, something changes. Oh, yes. A new drive discovered, The Greenway. What do we need for the Greenway? Either to intuit, to map the pathways, or to endure and walk the Greenway. This will get us there in 3. This will get us there in 2. So we're gonna walk the Greenway, obviously, and find all the things. What is this? Hopya Commune, self-sustaining community. Work the grow beds. Hopya member. Oh, this will take us 4, but it's safe. Oh, this will take us 4. Okay, so we can work the canteen. Either way. Wild margins. Tracking Ashton. And Kita seems to think Ashton is out here in the wild edge of the Greenway. Okay. Okay, so this is, we got a thing here. We need 3 interface here. We'll get us there in 2. Okay. Okay, so that's what we really need to do to start. Oh, wait, there's the wastes. Gather scrap. We can get scrap components. I need scrap components to build my house. Oh, there's so much going on here. And then the climbing briar, the escaped ship. Welcome to Episode Flux. Episode Flux is the first of the 3 episodic updates to Citizen Sleeper, telling the story of the refugee flotilla which has arrived at the Eye. All 3 episodes, Flux, Refugee, and Purge, are now available. Completing the supply Gariol's action will begin the episode, but be aware that it's intended for late gameplay. Okay. All right. Oh, my. Oh, this is huge. We've basically gotten to the other half of the game. Oh, my. Oh my. Cool. Let's head back. Founder's Ferry, back across the rim. We're out of dice, so there's not really a whole lot left to do. Ethan may be disarmed, but you doubt if you've seen the last of him. Yeah, probably not. I have enough... Yeah, I barely have enough cryo. I can buy some rations, and then I'll be straight out of luck. Yep, there we go. I'll take 2. Good. Good. Greenway cipher. Forgotten cipher granting access to the Greenway systems. Yeah, we might need to use... Oh, I didn't... That's probably in the data sphere. I didn't even check the data sphere. Oh, those are really good. And that's possibly really good if there's something in the data sphere we need. All right, let's just check. We haven't done anything with the side rail horizon. And I don't think we're going to. I think we're probably going to give that a pass. We've got to go get mushrooms. Okay, Greenway. The waste, the edge of the Greenway. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. Here's what's his face. Let's do this. Tracking action, and we got 5 cryo. There we go. And the chances of a 2 getting us anything, unlikely. Unlikely. All right, let's check out the data sphere. Oh, it's dark. Oh, yeah, there's like a blackness. A Greenway gate. Ha 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 ha. We need this. A cipher. What? Neutral outcome. The Greenway roils beneath you like a silt-choked river. If what Navigator said was true, then no one has accessed these networks since the collapse. The hunter and killer protocols have never set foot here, never cleared out the intelligences and systems. So why then, you wonder, does it look so dark? Is it just that the bit rot has set in? The entropy of systems reducing everything to shadows and light? You watch as the slotted cipher fizzles in the open, distorted gateway in this entire rim of the station. The one open, distorted gateway in this entire rim of the station. It flickers and winks out. And then you're falling into the flow. A river of swirling darkness. You're spun by it, twisted by it, lost in it. It's not that the Greenway was hiding in the darkness. It's made of darkness. It's filled by this substance, this process, this swarm. Now you're among it. You notice that a swarm is exactly what it is. 1 billion individuals moving in a flow. There's no network map here, no nodes and threads, only a storm of interchangeable points shifting configuration endlessly. Then you see them. A figure turned away, the only bright spot in the dark river. You push closer through the storm. They are facing away. At least, you think so. They're so fractured, so overgrown that it's hard to tell. Even from this distance, you can see their flesh is moving, flowing. You watch, silent as they stoop and reach down. In their hand is a dark shape, and with twisted fingers they press it down into the loam of data beneath them, pushing it through this trembling soil. Then they move away, go a little further, and repeat the process, as if they were sowing a field. You push forward, but somehow, despite their slow and deliberate speed, they move faster and they quickly fade into the storm. You reach the point where they planted the object and look down. There it is, a glassy, shifting polygon with something inside. You reach down and pick it up. It's cold, but it thrums with energy. You look towards the path of the figure, but they're long gone. When you blink out of the cloud back to the leaves and the dappled light of the Greenway, you hold A seed in your hand. Oh my. Oh my. A seed, you say? A gardener's seed. You need somewhere safe to plant this gift. Huh. Okay, so there's no real good place to use this one, probably. Because this would make it a 2, and that would be dangerous. Oh, this might be safe. It'll get me 1 Hopya member. Let's work the grow beds. See if a 2 gets us anything. Oh, pretty good. Pretty good. Not terrible. Oh, a new drive discovered. Yes. So apparently we need to find a good grow bed for this seed, and it looks like this is the place that has the grow beds. So maybe we do this a bunch tomorrow. Let's do that. Do I go one more day with just 3 dice? Or do I pop it now? I think we go one more day with just 3 dice. I think we'll be fine. We are gonna need to get some food and then pop this bad boy. So I think we'll come here. We'll drop both of these 5s here. Yeah, that's real good. We just need 4 more. That'll be done. And then I think we're gonna... a 4 would be dangerous. So it's a 75% that will probably get something good out of it. 25% chance we'll lose more energy than we have. We don't have any food. No, we're gonna be fine. We've got 2 food. It'll be fine. Let's try it. We'll risk it. Maybe. There we go. Ankita. We found him. The trail ahead extends deep into an overgrown section of the Greenway. At this far end of the ring, where the long, lazy curve of the Greenway becomes the shattered landscape of the wastes, things are oddly quiet. Ahead stands a vast farm stack, broken from its access by rust or force, and lying amongst the overgrown landscape like an ancient temple, it's stained with moss and algae. Flows of green running out from its broken tanks like a frozen brackish tide. This is where Ashton is hiding. You're pretty sure. All your intuition points to the shadows beneath this collapsed superstructure. You roll the comm headset Ankita gave you to your palm. You slip the headset into your ear, and it fizzes with static. After a few moments, you hear Ankita. Sleeper, have you located the target? A doubt enters your mind. Can you be sure he is there? Yeah. Come now. Copy. Hold tight until I get there. Static cuts out. The channel dead. You hold your position and watch the trail. Ahead, the stars wheel with the motion of the eye, and your mind wanders. You try to imagine what this place looked like before the collapse. all ordered rows of crops, corporate pleasure gardens, glowing farm stacks. Now it's a wilderness, a strange, overgrown biosphere bordered by the void of space. You smile. Despite everything, it seems like an improvement. Sleeper, Ankita's hiss brings you back out of your reverie. He's in the collapsed stack? I think so. She gives you a nod. You better be right. Well, there's no way I'm following that trail. If he's up there, he'll have eyes on it, that for sure. She glances across the landscape. Let's keep to the undergrowth. Work our way around. She heads off towards the central spine of the Greenway, with you following close behind. It's slow going there, where the overgrowth meets the metal wall. But it's so concealed that you can barely see the glass roof high above. Ankita somehow seems to know where to go. Ankita works her way through dense undergrowth, pushing aside branches and fronds. It's exhausting, and you desperately want to rest, but Ankita shows no signs of letting up. Up ahead, there's a faint glow from the collapsed stack. Ankita leads you around the side to a broken tank. You both step through the opening, trying to avoid the broken glass that sits among the moss and algae. You work your way up the slanted tank, Ankita setting a deliberate pace. Somewhere water drips, and you swear you hear birdsong. Hanging plants catch the light, coating the place in a pale and sickly green. Ankita reaches the edge of the tank, where it meets the central drum, and holds up a hand for you to stop. You inch forward and look over the edge. The vast drum is like a cistern, with plants growing on all sides and wet mossy islands at its base. It's beautiful, and for a moment you can't see anything but tones of green. Then you see the sleeper. In a faint circle of light descending down through the drum, the sleeper lies slumped at an odd angle. They're surrounded by crates, and beside them, on one of the mossy islands, there's an object. A cylinder set on a tarp. It's connected to the sleeper's head. You flinch. Are they one of the others? One of the ones that escaped with you? You squint, trying to recognize them. They're twisted, broken, open, wrong. You look away. Ankita doesn't look at you. She doesn't look at the sleeper. She fixes her eyes on the object. That's Amber's ship mind, she says, and you suddenly recognize the cylinder. Wait. You turn to Ankita to speak, but she's already gone. She drops off the edge of the tank and lands on one of the mossy islands, her armor letting out a hiss as it absorbs the impact. The shot hits her shoulder piece, the ceramic armor cracking but holding as she braces under the impact. Then she launches herself forward, the now activated armor launching her across the drum. Another shot goes wide before she reaches the cover of the crates beside the sleeper. Ha! You hear the shout from one of the tanks high on the far wall. Ankita reaches over and wraps a hand around the thick connection between the ship mind and the sleeper. What's she doing? You better come down here or I'll rip this right out of their head! She screams at the wall of tanks. You shiver at the suggestion. Stop! Quiet, sleeper! Ankita shouts. A shot rips through the moss beside you, filling your vision with green. The shooter must be somewhere on the other side of the tank. Do that again and I swear to God I'll tear their head off! Ankita shouts to them. Sleeper, you stay down! There's a long pause. All you can hear is the dripping of the water running down the walls of the drum. Then Ashton calls out. I'm coming down, Ankita. Don't do anything stupid. He appears at the far side of the drum, stepping through the shallow water, rifle raised above his head. Drop the gun! Ankita shouts. He throws it down into the moss. As you lean out to watch, you see him catch your eye, clocking your presence. What are you up to here, Ashton, you sicko? She stands, keeping her sidearm trained on his head. You ripped my ship mind. For what? Some freakish experiment? Ashton approaches with shaking hands, his eyes now fixed on the connecting bundle of wires that Ankita still has hold of. Steady, Ankita. It isn't like that. I needed the ship mind. You have to understand, they would have died without it. What are you talking about? I don't care why you ripped my ship mine and crippled my ship. I should put you down right now. She tightens her grip on the connection. Typical of you, Ankita. No curiosity. Ashton smiles shakily. That's why I never asked for it. For your help. You only look after yourself. He nods at you. That sleeper up there. They're just bait, right? To draw me out? Ankita sucks a breath in. Are you trying to give me more reasons to shoot you? I loved him, Ankita. Ashton looks at the crumpled sleeper. I loved them. And they were going to die. I knew you would never understand that. He starts closing the gap between himself and Ankita now, slowly inching forward. Don't do that, Ashton. Ankita snorts. Don't do that. Let the wires go, Ankita. Let us go. If you don't get out of my way. He inches closer. Please. I can't let you take it, Ashton. Ankita hardens her stare. You stole it from me. You left me for dead. She shakes her head. You think I'm going to trust you after all that? I need it, Ankita. I need them to survive. Ashton is in reach of the sleeper now of Ankita. I'm going to take them now, Ankita. He raises a hand. I'm going to take the ship mind and go. Ankita loosens her grip on the connection a little. Her hand is shaking now. Stop, Ashton. She lowers the gun a little. Stop. Seeing her drop her guard, he makes his move. A blur of movement. A struggle. A shot. Another. You recoil back behind the edge as they ricochet around the inside of the drum, the sound deafening you. When you crawl back to the edge, Ashton is bleeding into the water. The red and the green. Ankita is standing at the center of the drum, the severed connection in her hand. The water drips endlessly. Drip after drip after drip. You force yourself to look at the broken sleeper. There's no sign of life, no humanity. There's just another broken object among the other broken objects, while all around living things grow and thrive. Ankita finally looks back up at you, tears in her eyes. She begins to say something that might be sorry, but you're already gone. Well, that is not how I was expecting that particular drive to end. I guess there's nothing for it. We've got to go back and talk to Ankita. Figure out what on Earth, or in this case, what on the rim just happened. Ankita, where are you? Well, it's looking like we'll have to wait on that until next time. And we are definitely going to pop this today. We need all of ourself back. We'll see y'all again next time here in the BackLog. I'll play with you again later.